Hello, Sandra Huggin here and Kirsten. And we're in Glasgow today as I go for my LASIK laser eye surgery and put an end to wearing glasses all day, every day for the past 27 years. Just walking down to the fancy place where the surgery is. It's a big posh fancy building, there's loads of other things going on in there as well. I'm not going to name the place I'm going or the company I'm doing it because when I was doing a bit of research about getting laser eye surgery, it was quite difficult to find an honest video because everybody was mentioning the name of the place that we're going, saying how wonderful it was. It was actually a struggle to find an honest video, so that's what I'm intending to do today. Almost there, and I'll try and get another video done either just before the procedure or after when I'm in the wee recovery room, and I'll let you know how I get on. Wish me luck. Hello, well we're just back home after going for laser eye surgery. Do you like my fancy goggles, by the way? These are so I didn't touch or rub my eyes because I'm not allowed to do that for at least a week. So I think it went well. I could actually see, which is weird. It's still a wee bit blurry, a little bit kind of, I don't know, smoky, misty. It's a bit. Imagine if your eyes were really runny, or you got water in your eyes, and it looks a wee bit blurry. It's a bit like that. Pain wise, at the moment, like I feel like I've got an eyelash in each eye, and I feel like I've been chopped onions. That's about it. The procedure itself was actually painless, if a little weird, in fact really weird. So they took me in and they talked over everything, blah 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 blah, told me about all my eye drops for the aftercare. They put a, hairnet on me and wee plastic bags on my shoes and a overall thing, and took me in. It was literally straight into the surgery bit, and there was the doctor there and four nurses and sat me down on the bed. But this is when I actually started getting nervous. I started to feel my heart racing a bit. I think it's the fear of the unknown. I mean, I'd read as much about the procedure and watched as many videos as I could possibly do, but still, when you're actually going for it, you don't know how you're going to experience it. So it was literally lie back, right, okay, we're going to put the anaesthetic eye drops in. I thought that was the bit that was meant to sting the most, but it was actually alright. Basically swiveled the the bed round so it was under the first laser that was cutting the flap in my eyes, and that bit was really weird. It didn't hurt, it just felt weird because my eyes were numb. And what they do is they get a wee white ring that they place over your eye, but they actually soak it onto your eye, so they're pressing down, so you don't feel pain, but you feel the pressure as if you were pushing in your eyes. And it goes all black, so you can't really see out that eye. And then I was literally under the laser. I didn't even know he had switched it on, because there was no noise or anything. I was just kind of there was a circle of lights, and I was to stare into the dark bit. That's all I was doing, and then next I was like, right, that's that one done. I was like, oh. I had a bit of bother with my left eye. The Suki thing wouldn't soak onto my eye, but eventually they got it. That bit was a bit nerve-wracking because I was like, what's wrong? And the anaesthetic only lasts 20 minutes apparently as well. So, but no, went absolutely fine for that bit. Then they wheeled me onto the room to the other laser, the bit that's actually corrects my vision. And this is the bit, they've got a wee hook thing that they use to pull the flap away for your eye. It's on a wee hinge, you'd pull it away. But I didn't really know what was happening. They put more drops in, and that was the weird bit. Didn't feel anything, but there was right, focus on the red light. So I was trying to look at this red light, but the red light kept moving because they were trying to move the flap away from my eye. It was really, really a weird sensation. Couldn't feel anything. It was just a bit weird because I had a clamp under each eye as well. Again, I couldn't feel that going in. I knew it was there, but I couldn't really feel it. literally says, right, okay, we're going to get it. Oh, that's you. Just keep focusing on the red light, which I did, and then all I heard was the noise. That was the laser actually starting to correct my vision, and I could see wee bluey purple flashes, where it was obviously kind of fixing the imperfections in my eye. But the weirdest thing is you can actually smell your eye burning. Smells like burnt hair, which is weird. But again, felt absolutely nothing. And then after that, but it was done. There was more like drops and stuff like that, and then the vision kind of moving about as you put the flap back down, and then we obviously had like a wee cotton bud or something was dabbing my eyes, making sure it was perfect and that, and that was it. Second eye was a wee bit different. I noticed something like a big white thing coming towards me, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" Well, I didn't know. I didn't say it at the time. I was just like, "Well, this eye's different to the other one." Did all the rest of the stuff. Right, that's you. I was like, "What?" That's it all done. I was like, "Oh, sorry." And they took the clamps out my eyes, and you can sit up now, and if you can stand, then stand. So I sat up, and first thing I says to one of the nurses, I was like, "Oh my god, I can see you!" And I looked across the room, and I could actually see. I could tell the time on the clock. Everything was blurry, like still a bit blurry, but nowhere near as bad as what my eyesight was. Apparently, like by tomorrow, my eyesight should be like mostly back to what it should be, but it does take a good couple of months for it to fully recover. But my like potentially I might be able to drive tomorrow if my eyes are like once I go for my post-op appointment. Everything went well, but they told me like after it, they took me into the room and like spoke. Like there was a nurse asked me if I wanted a wee cup of water. I did because my heart was racing. Like after I got the first eye like done, like I felt fine because I knew what to like. I knew I was no pain. There was no pain or anything like that. But I was aware that there was something in my like. It felt like an eyelash in each eye, just a wee bit. And it turns out they actually put a contact lens over my left eye. Something to do with the surface of my eye was quite rough, and to stop it getting irritated, they put a contact lens on it that should get removed tomorrow. And that was it. It says you can go home. Whenever you feel ready, go home. So I was literally in there 50 minutes. In, done, out. And so took a couple of paracetamol. Apparently, like they said to me, "Oh, you better take paracetamol." I was like, "All right, okay," because apparently this bit gets quite grim. But at the moment, it's not as bad as having hay fever when your eyes are really bad. I've got my eyes shut now just because I'm meant to be resting them for 6 hours, because that's when most of the healing gets done. But aye, that's it. I've got my fancy goggles to stop myself touching or rubbing my eyes because, like I said, I'm not allowed to do that for at least a week. I've got eye drops to take for the next week, antibiotics, anti-inflammatories and artificial tears, and then that's me on the road to 20/20 vision. Hello there, so it's just under 24 hours since I got my LASIK laser eye surgery done, and what a difference today. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. it's really quite spectacular. So I woke up this morning, and the first thing I did was reach for my glasses, which weren't there. And I went and looked out the window, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can see the Wallace Monument!" Whereas normally I wouldn't be able to see anything past about here, which was nice. Aye, it's just brilliant. So how did yesterday go? Well, after my last wee video clip, I was like, my eyes, they had a bit of irritation. They really just felt like as if you'd been chopping onions, but not quite as bad not quite as stingy as that. But because my eyes were, I spent the rest of the day yesterday pretty much with my eyes closed, apart from when I was putting eye drops in and having something to eat. Which is good. We were sitting playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire last night. I had it on the telly. Kit had an unfair advantage because she could actually see everything on the screen, whereas I was lying back with my eyes shut. I think I did pretty well though. So, aye, it was quite cool yesterday because every time I opened my eyes, I could see that my vision had improved even more. So how are things today? Well, the vision is incredibly. It's even better than yesterday. It's still not perfect. I mean, the things are quite blurry. It's weird, certain things I look at look crystal clear, other things look a bit blurry or hazy. It's not really so much distance. I don't know if it's it's hard to explain, but everything looks a little bit like, you know, if you've got a smudge on your glasses, it looks a bit like that. It's a little bit hazy, but that's getting a bit better. I can't see as well close up, but been assured that like it takes a wee while for my eyes to properly balance out, because obviously it's quite, although it's not much involved, it's still an invasive kind of procedure. Your brain basically has to retrain itself to be able to see through new vision, new eyes basically. So aye, things are looking great. How do my eyes feel today? Well, my right eye feels absolutely perfect. There's no irritation or discomfort there at all. Left eye, woke up this morning and, well, that one was a wee bit still uncomfortable, still felt like I had an eyelash in it, but that was obviously because of the contact lens. I've just came back from a post-op appointment about 15 minutes ago, and they took the contact lens out. Right. I've never worn contact lenses before, and I have to say, getting that lens out was miles more unpleasant than anything I went through yesterday. It was just horrible, and the woman was trying to get out struggled a bit because I just kept blinking. I don't really like anything going near my eyes, so that was altogether unpleasant. But she eventually got it out, and this eye still feels a wee bit irritated. She says there's still a wee dry bit, but that should smooth itself out as my eye heals, and just to treat it with artificial tears if it gets more uncomfortable. So how are my eyes? Still a bit bloodshot, as you can see, but that's to be expected. That I'm feeling great. Still feels quite weird. I still want to keep pushing my glasses up on my nose, but my vision is really quite spectacular. It's night and day to what it was. I'm really looking forward to see how this balances out. They did say, like, when I went for my original consultation, that because my prescription is quite high, the chances of needing a second procedure are a bit higher, which is all included in the aftercare package. So essentially, because I've got a high prescription, like when they do the first procedure, they try to get get it as close to perfect vision as possible, and after 3 months, if they still think it's not quite right, then they put me back in for a further treatment. The same thing, just to kind of fine tune my eyes. Hopefully that will not need done, but there's always a possibility of that. But I know what to expect now, and I know it's absolutely fine. So aye, feeling pretty good. I can see, and one of the weird things, and I kind of expected this because I was short sighted. My glasses made everything smaller, because that's the way it kind of counteracts the myopia and the astigmatism, and it makes everything smaller. So naturally, when I got my eyes get it done, everything looks bigger. It's quite strange. Like, I went to pick up a spoon earlier, and I wasn't sure if it was a teaspoon or a dessert spoon. It was a teaspoon, by the way, but everything just looks bigger. And then when I was looking at my daughter this morning, she just had this massive face. So cute, but she's just even more cute because there's more of her to be cute. But aye, it's brilliant. Feeling good about it. So I will do another video maybe next week, let you know how things are. And but nah, it's good. Life changing, and my eyes aren't even perfect yet. It's a game changer. Apparently, I'm a DVLA standard to drive today, but I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't feel comfortable driving today just because my eyes aren't perfect yet, and like headlights and everything like that, they've got a big bright ring, like a halo round about them, which wouldn't be very good. So I think I'm going to wait until my eyes are a wee bit better before I think about driving. But apparently I'm DVLA standard to drive today, which probably explains a lot of the maniacs I see out on the road. If they're able to drive with not perfect vision. Bye. I'm going to quit rambling on now, and I'm going to just relax, enjoy the rest of my day, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend.